Good evening, ladies and germs. We are going to try this yet again. Been having some testicle issues recently. Hey, it's Zan, and with me, of course, is Alex, and our special guest tonight, Sebastian. You guys can take turns at saying hello.
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 Sebastian is with us because he wants to see how podcasting works, and he's got some opinions.
Maybe.
He might have some opinions. We'll see. But at any rate, yes, we are about all sorts of cool things tonight. Oh, look, Sebastian's in my green screen. Well, part of Sebastian is in my green screen. And there, of course, is... I was going to say I could move away if you want to scooch this way. Just yeah, there you go. There's Sebastian. So we're gonna do a different segment tonight that we've done, and it's called Pros and Cons, and that is like professional hookers and con men.
It'd be interesting.
And cons of various issues. Maybe next time. Yeah, it wouldn't be surprising. But we're gonna do. I Sebastian picked the first topic today.
Ooh.
We got a bunch of topics. Which one do you...
So I'm from Oklahoma, and so we can do that one.
Medical marijuana should...
in that business. I got a bunch of friends in that business.
Like the makers, or...
Yeah, they have their own business, which is and information about medical. And then my sister actually works a dispensary in Stillwater.
Nice.
So
noticed on the way here, there's like within walking distance of this place. So
yeah,
that's always fun.
It was a lot different coming here and it being recreation.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Which I personally, but hey.
Okay, so should marijuana, and should it be a recreational one for that? I think both.
Yep, I agree.
So just a little history here. In 1970, Congress placed marijuana on the Schedule 1 of the Controlled Substances Act because it to have no use. U.S. states and D.C. use of marijuana. Interesting facts about that is, I want to say it was in the late 60s. Prior to marijuana being outlawed, it was actually used in pretty much every... pardon me. So, clothing, yeah. They were working on additives and fuels with all that stuff, but that's, aside. So, proponents an effective treatment for the symptoms of cirrhosis, pain, glaucoma, fucking really. Studies, prominent medical organizations, and the use of medical marijuana as a medicine throughout the world history. So, what's it?
Possibly abuse, and I only say that in the sense of operating well intoxicated, because, I mean, every drug that warning on it, heavy medicine, but
Well, that
is anything. Yep. But since has tried CBD items to help with issues, they do help a little. Then she's tried marijuana with the THC in it, and it helps her, but she doesn't like the feeling of being high. Again, that's a personal opinion, but the pain levels, so it should be a option for sure, because it can definitely help.
I've known lots that have used it to supplement instead of the regular pain meds that they prescribe. You know, things of that nature. Opioids are nasty, but they can have some long-term tropic effects, and just something that you don't want to. There's a reason.
Yeah.
The other day, and she was actually thinking about stopping. Because
Marijuana use, you mean? Or?
Yeah. But she says she's been having some stuff.
So this is Mountain Dew.
And his
I'm
shirt's
drinking. I'm not just like.
his shirt's disappearing into the.
I noticed
That's
that. He's
great.
got green in there. It's
It's
okay.
just that cool.
That's awesome. I love it.
So, opponents of medical marijuana, dangerous to use, right? Whatever.
Yeah.
It lacks approval, and that very drugs make marijuana use unnecessary. Marijuana is addictive, which is bullshit. Also is bullshit. It interferes. Which the only time I've seen that is when you can't stop having sex.
I just anybody pregnant until I started smoking. So I started, and I have a baby on the way. So
What's on the front now? It impairs drivability. I mean, here's the thing about marijuana. Yeah, that's my point. I have never seen somebody on just marijuana, mind you, meth, because that's a different thing altogether. Somebody on that just they're too damn paranoid,
or they
or the to maybe Taco Bell, but that's about it. Okay, injures the lungs, the immune system, the brain. Say that medical marijuana is a front recreational use.
until the 30s?
40s, I believe,
40s?
is when it became totally illegal. But interestingly, and I wish I would have thought about this earlier, videos that you can actually find out government talking about marijuana, and they were talking about all the benefits of it and blah blah blah, and that was 30s, early 40s, I believe, early 50s, somewhere in there. And then they just wanted to legalize everything. One thing I do want to go back to where it says it lacks FDA approval. So first off, needed FDA approval. Typically, the only time you need FDA additives of some sort in it, real harmful document effects.
Like
so,
everything they prescribe.
If you look at any ad, it says, like, you know, hey, scaling eczema. However, it may cause injury, it may cause, you know, bleeding out your ass, it may cause, you know, all this other stuff, and including death. And you can smoke, get high, have some munchies.
One that was for like depression or something like that. Things at the end that it said was like, you may have suicidal tendencies, and you're supposed to be fixing. What is going on? Like, why?
This medicine because I have suicidal tendencies. And
kind of 50-50. We don't know. We, you know,
An example of that.
yeah,
I
do tell your story.
Yeah, fun times. And because I'm really convinced they just didn't want to deal with helping, etc. But I was and put on every Adderall, freaking
Abilify, good stuff.
I know Ritalin.
There, now we're in space.
And let's see what else. No, that wasn't one of them.
clonazepam.
got me really bad. Wellbutrin and I think Depakote. And that's what ended me with psych ward because I think so much better. Wrong. But just a semi-adjusted adult.
Semi-angry.
Semi-angry, well-adjusted adult. There
Oh.
we go. And as far as the weed, use it recreational. It's stress at the end of the day. Like stays on ADHD, and it's hard to go to sleep. I tend to be an insomniac, and I won't fall asleep 1, 2 in the morning. I don't do well on 10 hours of sleep, and to go to sleep earlier, weed.
Well then.
I mean, and topical when I'm high.
He does.
Oh yeah.
But
That's the
what-
best part of it. Conversation.
So you're
Conversation.
Because it makes you a conspiracy theorist.
I love it.
But saying also that in the 30s they were saying, oh, it's, and all of a sudden, that's when big pharma started making their a cure-all. We can't
Area.
have a cure-all. Oh, nope, it's illegal. Bye.
Yeah. I don't know. Another topic I want to broach here, which has to do with another kind of drug that, and that's alcohol.
Yeah. More
Yep.
often than not.
Well, I mean, get stupid, stoned, but it's a different. I'm tired and feel like explore.
Go outside.
Yeah.
I just want to stay in bed and
Pretty much.
Oh, damn! I'm out of Cheetos.
For
You know,
nature can wait.
drunk people like I'm a happy drunk. When I'm really drunk, I am extremely happy. I'm social, everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
But there are people that get drunk. You don't see an angry high person. You steal their Cheetos. And even then, it's like,
Bro, what?
Cheetos? Yeah, man. Wait, where? You know. Under the more deaths than many things.
Plane accidents.
Plane accidents.
Well, like plane crashes. DUI.
Oh, yeah. Flying under intoxication.
When I saw that, I just
Just-
caught a pilot pretty much driving, flying under the influence.
The influence, the plane going down the. Fucked up right now.
Up or pushing down on the.
We're feet, and you know,
3, now 7.
crap. I
Back
lowered
down to
the. I lowered the. We're currently parked on the ground.
We'll get there soon.
Yes, but there are to lower. Thank you, Nancy Pelosi. The drinking age.
Good job. Drinking up.
Well, there's two sides. If you look at in Europe, lower drinking ages, like as low as 11, but out that responsibly. Where here in America, not only the younger generations incapable of responsible, but they also use it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So, all 50 U.S. states have set 21. So exceptions do exist in on the basis of consent at home, under adult supervision, necessity and other reasons. Ever heard of a medically necessary bottle of wine? A medically necessary bottle. Hey, hey, if you want to clean yourself. So, in the minimum drinking age, it has not stopped teen drinking or raising smoking ages. It had pushed the underage binge drinking in private and less controlled environments, leading to behaviors. To say about that too. Do you really think they lower it to 18, right? Which is places are proposing it to be 18. You're a legal adult, and you should be able to drink an alcohol.
Always their argument.
Yeah, exactly. If we're just and I'm at a bar and there's an 18-year-old there drinking, are they safe? Well, in general, are they safe around a bunch of drunk?
No.
Nope.
Hell, at this rate, 20-something. If I were to... No.
You're
Definitely
stupid.
Not.
And you're drunk.
I mean,
right?
When I was 18, I didn't half the freaking curse words in the meant, which I wish I had. But, 18 and been able to go out to drink. As it is, I don't like my age. I guarantee 99% of people won't be able to guess it. But
I would say you're... Oh, wait.
But even now, if I went and got drunk, I'm at this point in my life, my aggressive personalities. But at 18, when I didn't certain things, there's no way in hell I'm gonna know.
So, strong alcohol just because growing up I dealt. Yeah. So I did not start drinking until almost 25 now.
Mm-hmm.
Once I started, I didn't want to stop. That's because addiction, at least from what I've heard, and it runs. And so I've now started smoking weed, and I like when I smoke weed, and I also my friends and my family other than when they were drinking. The best thing I did when I was drunk was all of my dreams right now, all because I was party. And that's the only thing I'll give.
So, well, and it makes a lot of sense because alcohol does what? So you're more confident, you're more whatever. Okay, weed, you're just more crazy. But.
Right.
Oh, I find weed for some reason. I don't know, but it does.
I tell you what, I will sing. Literally, I will.
I was gonna go to work.
And then I'm like, damn, I need to stop.
Well, so I'm gonna get into more of the pros and cons here. Lowering the minimum drinking age, yet reach the age where they can handle alcohol, is really their only. And thus are more likely to harm and others by drinking prior to 21. They contend that the traffic fatalities decreased when the minimum drink increased. So, still, age is if they're going to be, I'm all for it. Military people should be able to do regardless of age.
Yeah.
Because sacrificing everything for their country.
Exactly. And I would hate to be in the Marines, say, at 18, going to Afghanistan, going to whatever stand. able to drink after a rough day of else. I think that's just
Oh my
ridiculous.
God,
So we got pro 18 is the age of adulthood, and adults should have the right to make their own decisions about alcohol consumption.
I have mixed feelings on that. Going back to what you said about Europe ages, but like you said, culture in Europe's different. And the world is different. Everything, the entire world, but is desensitized. Growing up in, we'll just say, France, you know, a lot of things are common knowledge, very early age, and 18 year, 19 year, whereas everything is super, super, like, you can't talk about this, you can't talk, you hit adulthood, and all of a sudden, like, you're of things you know nothing about, because
No, I would act this as a reason to raise the age of adulthood 21 rather than lower the drinking age.
I'm good with that.
Again, with the exception of to the military, I think again that they should be.
My biggest thing is the brain stopped developing.
Doesn't
Ever?
really stop developing. Like, and it's different for men. Women will achieve their brain majority. Don't call me on. Go into the chat room. Anyway, women will get maturity or their brain maturity level at, I believe, it's 20 to 25.
Right.
Men to 30.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, it's very true. Yeah.
Glad you was not meant to offend, but it totally.
Oh, and yeah, were you hitting this one?
Oh no, it's always been my thought. Is I have always heard that it's like like 25. So my almost all my friends drink, and that's why.
Yeah.
I have a couple friends, and they turned out fine, but a lot with
That fucked up a
Well,
lot.
I never did. I never did. Stayed at home.
Yeah.
I didn't touch out for some weird. I wanted to be.
Yeah, and having a MIP would not help. So yeah, they were saying one is lowering the drinking age under 21 would be medically irresponsible. Consumption can interfere with the development of young essential regulation planning, is which that makes a lot more sense to Andera. When alcohol consumption interferes with this early adult brain development, problems such as greater vulnerability to behavior, reduced decision making, aggression, violence, and suicide.
Dangerous risk-taking behavior. So that means like jumping off of and stuff like that.
Yeah, you know, you do that drunk. I know I wouldn't do it drunk.
I tried to do a backflip when I was drunk. I didn't even do a half one.
Whole weed versus alcohol thing, though. You mentioned getting happy and getting just I don't care attitude when you get high. I've noticed that more often than not, if you're going, regardless of how serious, perception there, but how serious, it's just kind of a forget about for, but it's really focusing on something negative. It seems to accentuate the seriousness of it. crying in the corner and drunk, I'm going to be even more upset and probably more likely to do something stupid.
True.
Right.
I agree. One. Two, allowing 18 to 20-year-old alcohol in a regulated environments would decrease unsafe drinking activity. Agree with part of it, I don't. With is having 18 to 20 alcohol in regulated environments, okay. I mean, hell, you can have, and they'll be okay. And they learn responsibility or responsibility is what they do in Europe.
Makes sense.
However, again at a bar is
Right.
Nope.
how many times have you gone to a bar? Somebody fucking drunk.
Right.
Bartenders aren't doing their job. So
Biggest is like, what if they're regulated environment at home, right? What
right.
if they're-
Well, that's what
Their parents are alcoholics.
that
By
makes
the
it
time
even
they-
worse.
Yeah, so that show up is the school if they make it out at that point. Like,
They're all
already
drunk all the
alcoholics,
time.
right?
Yeah. And that, yeah, who's regulating the question, right?
Right.
Because as you said, alcoholic, or they're at the grandma's house and grandma doesn't, is old and doesn't pay attention to. Well, how is that a regulated environment? Being home,
Right.
say here, yeah, and this sold alcohol to obviously intoxicated patrons, and about half of drug intoxicated or killed in traffic crashes at licensed establishments.
Wow.
What about fewer drunk driving traffic accidents and fatalities in many countries? Minimum drinking age of 18.
I think it goes back to the related into drinking at a young age. It falls back on the supervision thing. They'd have wine with dinner, and I'd get maybe half an ounce in the bottom of a glass. For the most part, I thought it was
Ew.
absolutely disgusting.
They would have been getting me Shiner Bock.
Of glass alcohol.
Well, I meant like literally half an ounce of wine.
Backwash?
You
But
can finish this off.
they'd pour me a little bit, but it would be very little, and it would be for me to try it, and most gross. But
For
I
the sound
didn't.
effect, that was.
Can we do that? Can we copy that on the soundboard?
That should be one actually, but so that I didn't get curious, couldn't have, and do something stupid. That would be the exception. But again, like what Sebastian's saying, that's going to be like, here, you're providing beers. No.
Right.
At 24
Then the
pounds.
parents fall asleep at 10.
Oh,
Next thing you know, the kids are driving a car.
Yeah.
So that's really hard to regulate.
Yep.
All right. If there's any other good ones here.
I also think introduce their kids to alcohol so they don't do stupid shit. No one's gonna because it's gonna be in the prior.
That
Oh.
made me think of like a alcoholic with me. Try this beer. If you do, yeah, we got more.
It's like,
So this totally makes me want to vomit. Age from 21 to 18 would diminish breaking the law to get drunk. Just
I wonder about people's intelligence levels. Like I hear a reason for something. intelligence level in this.
This one's even worse. Minimum is usually ineffective anyway because teens.
So they have to find somebody willing to go in there, bring it out to them. They have to find somebody willing to break the law.
To the National
Find 'em
Center.
right down the street.
According to the National and Substance Abuse, underage drinking 5%, $5 billion of consumption for alcohol in the United States. 2016 National Survey of Drug Use and Health reports that 24.8% of 46.7 and 68.3 20 drink alcohol.
Haven't you ever been to a high school frat party?
I have a high school frat party because they're.
Hey man, we're
The
going back
point
to
is
the lake.
this: should legalize everything. Nature take its course.
There you go.
I'm all
because
for that one.
I am.
So, I mean, if we lower it, then there's still 20, 40, 60, almost % of teens age 14 and up are still. You think that won't decrease? All right.
I'll fix it. So
year-olds that are still in high school buying beer for 14 to 15.
14 to 15 year old. Yeah, you're gonna have a lot more high school parties than I
like you
did.
said, take its course.
Yep, that's my.
You know, the internet has it all. What the and bodies and people. Let's get.
And then you have warning labels. And Tide Pods. Let's just do warning labels.
30. It's like, man, why does my what happened to all my friends? It's like, well, you didn't.
When I was growing up, my dad had one rule, right? As long as I could get up and go to school in the morning,
Wow.
and as long as my grade, and I got all A's, maybe once in a while,
Wish that was the case.
I would be out until like 3, 4 in the morning and doing all that kind of stuff. Now, or smoke until I was 18, I think it was. So,
Wow.
I mean, from 20 until 28. The point is very valid. It's something to be said for having freedom to do whatever, as long as you keep your brain about you and see you can your expectations, you know. Oh, all right, we're getting off of this one. What about free college?
Ones about it yet, so I mean, I'm all for it. My sister's currently going, and I hate to see her so
Going still so much.
Yeah, and now is starting law school. Has 4 years
Been accepted into law school
Yeah,
already.
now she, feel for her.
That's
Yeah.
impressive. Congratulations.
She's really smart. Thank you.
Of all sorts should be free. For us to get back on top in education, 7th in the now, and it's probably dropped. 12 was the last time I saw that.
We're doing great.
So you know, number 1, and it's
What the fuck
sliding. And if you look at our education system, I mean, people are idiots. You're from grade kindergarten on through high school to study for a test, and it's all crap.
That's-
Several different episodes we've been. So programs come in different forms. Generally refer to the government picking up the tab for tuition costs. Students pay for other expenses such as room and board. Have existing or proposed programs. I want to know which to move. Tuition over the past 30 years, and the average debt more than doubled from 1990 to 2010s. According to the U.S. Department of Education, there are students, an undergraduate. So, is college an economy boosting tuition or unequal college access and sky high college? Or is tuition free college will result in high student debt? And not dropout rates. Increase crippling student debt.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's free, it's generally not going to.
My thing is that the cost $40,000 for
For undergraduate stuff.
That's right there. The another 30 to 40 grand. So if you want to be in debt up to your eyeballs with 80,000, that's a master's, PhD, up to your eyeballs in debt for the rest of your life. I have a bachelor's degree, and I'm still a minimum wage job because I freaking, I picked the wrong one, but they're like, % of our graduates have 3-month layover between the time they for their degree. First of all, no. Been remotely qualified for the degree plus 5. So, how am I going to get that? But
well, and that's one of the issues with higher ed is that they're diplomas. I mean, because I can name probably 10 people off the top of my head right now that I know have either a psychology or business degree.
Business
degrees
or point.
No offense, but are shit. Degree, what good is it going to do when there's 5 million other people out there with a psychology degree? You have to get into your specialization and take anything in order to. And, this talking about how it's better to technician at making 80 to 100 and not having that kind of on top of you.
Or an OTR. So my theory on this whole tuition thing, though, is that I program online and I still 80 grand in debt, but I'm logging onto a web paying $2 grand a class supplies that
you have to buy yourself anyway.
PDF textbook. I'm paying like $1,200 for a PDF file. Give me a break.
You can usually find those online. When I had
that's what I'm saying.
This was anyway when I was doing programs and they would supply me with I'd put it on my websites. I'd be buy it,
I know,
it's just ridiculous.
Things was for like free college more taxes, correct?
Yeah.
Is that one?
Yeah.
Right. So I honestly and try not to be so I'd be paying a little more taxes. A better education.
Well, especially, I mean, right?
Yeah,
You could go to school now. I'm gonna just say 10% more on my
right.
knowing that I could get free.
Yeah, and also like country a lot. I think there would be a lot more educated
people would be good.
If you were on social media, you can and
just in
and
general.
you know what? I'm not.
So, the pro number one, tuition-free college, plain student debt. All right, but tuition-free college is not free college. Students will still have large debt.
Yep.
And a in-state tuition and plus change. Fees, room, and board housing are another $11,000. Okay, but here's the thing. I don't think those numbers are accurate because number one, if I'm 18, right? I just graduated 18, whatever. Just graduated high school. Free school, I'm going to live at home. It would be worth it to me to live at home the first 3 years.
Yep.
Right? I think that's accurate. Books and a year. Again, these are all year. That's another $1160. Another expenses, another $2,200. Without tuition, average of $15,660. I could easily pay $60 a year on top of, and skewed because the lists wouldn't necessarily all be there. You know, I could still have my beater car. I could have food so I don't have any utility bills. So really, all I have to do is pay for gas, pencils, and paper. So, for example, though, tuition accounts for just one college student's budget, which runs about $17 annually on average.
And that number, Pearl.
It'd be a lot easier to extra $10,000 each year.
Yeah.
You know, the 15,000.
Yeah. Now, Sweden has free students in that country had an average of debt for living costs and other expenses. This was in 2000 to the 24,800, 25,000.
I think it was graduated. I was going to go to Cameron to get a degree, and parents got a divorce, and it was really weird. It's like 5 months before I graduated. Ended up getting a letter in the mail. Made too much money.
Yeah.
So
the Pell Grant, the
Pell
grants
Grant,
and
right?
stuff like that. But you couldn't pay for it.
Well, I can't pay for it. So I was like, well.
Yeah, I was accepted into MIT right out of high school, but we couldn't pay for it, so I went a different route. For it, you can't pay for it.
Yeah.
And I mean, really want to go to a school like MIT and you have the ability and academic achievements to get into that to begin with, you should be able to go. You have like a life plan. And to be turned away because it's ridiculous. Two, the U.S. economy and society benefited from tuition-free college in the past. Billions to subsidize tuition. Costs remain high.
What is tuition even? I went online.
Well, that's basically paying.
If it's online and everything, I mean, yeah, you have an instructor who maybe posts twice a freaking day, if that, grades the shit. If it's not already programmed answers, so and I don't get on to post, and they get on for minutes a day type of thing, form answers and the whatnot. Sorry, but using my computer, using all of keying in answers, and what the fuck am I paying for? I'm paying computer.
Classes. So, and do online classes is garbage. Because they're not worth anything, but because, like, I could start an $10,000 for the coursework, do it, and videotape it all one video for the next 15 years, and I still make bank. You know what I mean?
That's my point. Maybe
So-
online should be free, and if you go physical location, maybe. I mean, this online
Then they
crap.
wouldn't make no money.
Tuition-free college will decrease completion rates, leaving students without the benefit of full college education and degree. I don't believe that. I think that the cost is very, and when are worried constantly about whether they're going to loans or grants, what usually makes them drop out.
Dropping out because they can't afford it than anything. Oh, well, I could afford it. I was do it.
And yeah, you never hear that.
Right. I mean, if it was free, I think that would kind of get motivated to be able to do it.
I would college kid.
Right.
I would. I'd in school like for different things. I'd be if it was free. If I didn't have to pay for it, fuck yeah. I'd have like 27 PhDs and
Probably
whatever.
really smart. It's like, oh yeah.
I don't remember any of it, but yeah, I'm pretty smart.
Honest to be. Oh.
Yeah, well, they do. That's why even the college education is
I was thinking
ridiculous
about that
anymore.
earlier.
Pro, everyone deserves to get. Agree with that.
Absolutely.
If they want it. I mean, again, you know, in this day and get your HVAC certification, become repair tech, OTR,
Mhm.
a ton of money, and you don't have that. OTR has over the road trucker or ORT, ORT. If he, you know, and that's $100,000 true, but then it's, you know,
They drive for a company that trucks for 3 years. They rack up a
Yep.
freaking amount of money, and then they can. Absolutely.
My
Yep.
goal become an over the road trucker. Just like, so you got your local real over the road. My sport, and so like one day he'll be in Mexico and just he's all over.
all over.
But he
But
much money.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean he's got land, and so my goal was to like,
Yeah.
be an over the road trucker, and just to stick where I'm at.
Yeah. Well, the big thing is that the only way to really get into it now, unless you know somebody that's willing to teach, you have to go to one of these crap too.
Yeah.
What's that one that starts Swift all the time, and they're the ones that are first and foremost in the accident.
Yeah. Before
But-
I see a bunch of those, because my cousins.
I mean, I was literally looking at when I was in Arizona, married couple, and they were owner. So, you know, they would be 1 week out of the month, and the rest of pulling down $200,000-$300,000 each.
Oh, I'm sure.
And it's like that.
Yep.
So, what's that?
You got a bathroom?
I
I can right here. Be weird.
yeah, the dog
Go on,
might look
trash
at you
can.
funny. Right back there.
I'm not gonna.
Okay,
Does.
we'll wait back. All right. So, what about concealed handgun?
Combine it with the mask thing.
Carry a concealed handgun.
And we'll wait till he gets back. Plenty of opinions on that.
So, carrying a concealed handgun in public is permitted in all states as of 2013. You know, that's interesting. That 2013, because in high school, pretty much that drove had the back of their car. But when Illinois began concealed carry legislation, some states require gun owners to obtain permits, while others have unrestricted carry and do not require permits. Proponents of the concealed carry are less likely to attack someone armed, They cite the Second right of the people to keep arms and argue that most adults gun are law-abiding and do not misuse their firearms. Liberals, as we the concealed carry argue that increased gun ownership unintended gun injuries. They contend that concealed handguns chances of arguments becoming lethal and that society would be safer with fewer guns on the street.
I have mixed feelings on that. In a Walmart in Alabama. However, that's very waiting to happen.
Cut it out. Go ahead.
Just here. Just here.
But at the same time, you know, I fully agree with the pro on that you should be able to carry a concealed weapon for your own protection, because as many parody or type clips have pointed, it's like anyone intent of committing a crime about the freaking law.
Definition, they're a criminal. They're outside of the law or with disregard. I want to look at
even
that.
if they haven't had a run-in with the law yet, so the intent to do something stupid, care whether it's not. So not just a fairy tale. If they want to get a gun and shoot up something, get a gun and shoot up something. The Second Amendment does is make anybody willing to a potential victim, or you know, at the very least, just goes to complete shit. It's like if I went and decided, nope, I'm done with the world. Well, that might. I said I was done with this shit, and I'm just gonna. I'm gonna find somebody that can, which I'm not, by the way. But
somebody's on the watch.
I've been on the watch calls I've had with my mom. Not
The
gonna.
screen is really tiny, like I can't read shit without my glasses.
Yeah.
So you should be able to concealed weapon for your own protection. I'm very boat.
So what was the question? Should adults to carry?
Handgun.
Now my only hesitation of something I witnessed in a Walmart had a purse, you know, had the right to carry it. I think she had the permit to boot, but for some reason, yes, she had her purse, the kids section of the basket where you put your kid, and the gun, quote unquote, fell out the purse through the leg hole as it discharged and took a chunk out case. And accidents happen, yes. Right to protect yourself, absolutely.
Right.
Okay, so cons. Let's see. Pro 1, concealed handgun. If we want to look at states that implement carry laws, reduced murders by 8%, aggravated, and robbery by 3%. Analysis of F by economists and political commentators. R. Lott, Jr. 1,570 murders, 77 rapes, and 60,000 aggravated assault, 12,000 robberies could have been 1977 and 1992. Been legal in every state during.
Oh, that's impressive.
So the con of that is permitting crime, right? Laws between 1977 and had a 2% or more murder rate. It's just like one day in
Detroit.
Yeah.
Did y'all see
Chicago.
that video of the house?
Yeah.
That was insane. Was it like an
And his
M4
wife.
or something?
M4,
She has like a
yeah.
pistol and she's like holding it.
Yeah. What bugged me about that was safety was on, but her hand was on the trigger. I mean, all she had.
Right.
Whatever.
It was insane.
2% or more increase in rates of rape, aggravated robbery, auto theft, burglary, and larceny. Published by the National Bureau. Now, somebody's full of shit. You got. I see. So the one between 1977 and 92, the other one was 77 and 2000. So, you know, there's almost 28 years. Yeah. Pro 2, responsible.
Good
Responsible themselves against criminals with guns. It's, you know, I think amendment there to the Constitution. Con 2, handgun increases the chance of escalating to terminal or lethal. Sorry, turning, which we already talked about. Interesting con is the Second Amendment rights have limits. Amendment, God, I can't talk to something like you have to keep and bear arms, and this shall not be infringed. Okay, so what are the limits? The entire Second Amendment states, as a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, of the people to keep and bear arms shall. It does not mention. That's the U.S. Supreme Court wrote the opinion that in versus Heller, like most rights, the Second Amendment is not unlimited. The majority of the 19th century courts question held that prohibitions on carry under the Second Amendment analogs.
Can I punch these people? See, yeah, technically sealed in the Second Amendment. Deal with the well-regulated militia was so that if a threat arose out of seemingly nowhere, the problem and not have to the army or force in the area. In the second of sound, the Minutemen were out the door ready to protect the people. Was the Second Amendment?
Well, where pistols and rifles loaded, so
but
couldn't just whip it out and like fire 20 rounds. Get that argument in a way.
kind of.
At the same time, I find it bullshit. I will never own a gun personally, just because enough to know that I would probably use it. I mean, on targets. Targets of the human variety, but
Now you're on the
We've
watch
been
list
on the
now,
watch
both of
list.
y'all.
so I will never own a gun. Down here, we'll talk about that again. Never own a gun.
I mean, it's not going down yet.
I really feel that if you, like, I think adults should be, but I think there should be better training involved.
Well, right, and I mean you have to apply for it, and then you have. And I know a lot of places allowing the class to be online, which is bullshit because
That is
I could press
complete-
play
yeah,
in Walmart. You know what I mean? So I think
And then
you
take the test.
you know that goes with any kind of gun safety. I think in order to gun, you should have to take a gun safety
Yeah,
course.
and that definitely not be online. I was like, so I can just like license online, you know? Like,
Yeah.
What about driving a car now? Just take an online class and thank you. Just be like, okay, you know what? I'm ready to go drive. You know what? I
If
tried
you
to
can
do-
drive in license.
I tried to learn how to drive I bought a car that was.
Oh, I'd teach you that.
I had no idea.
That's
what-
fun.
I know how to drive one now, but I'd say how I learned. That didn't help me.
Yeah,
Rally car.
yeah, you could just alternate the pressure between the clutch and acceleration without freaking,
Find that friction zone.
without stalling the car out.
Like I ride a motorcycle. I had to take a full-on
In order to get your motorcycle
to get my
permit,
license.
or
And so I had to take a safety class.
it should be the same similar thing. You have to take a fucking.
and not
because, I mean,
online.
How many times have you people who accidentally fired their firearm themselves in the foot or something stupid? You have not taken a gun safety class.
Or
so
yes, I was just gonna. That was fucking hilarious. Of what you want to do.
no,
Yeah.
definitely.
People on the road learn how to drive on because they don't obey. Stop for like all of the stop sign, not look and then go. Like
Somebody hits them and they're like, "What?"
I've
you coulda
laid,
ran that.
I've laid on my horn so many times, like shuddering. Like they'll be like driving, and I'll honk and they'll go. That freaking jumpy, don't be driving.
Little ADHD girl. In and out. Really?
Yep.
That's annoying because I'm not seeing that because I keep this, and that's the audio meter. Seems to be running fine, which is
Maybe it's Facebook.
could be.
Seems
want
to
us
be
to-
fine
They don't
on
want us
our
to be
website.
woke.
Are likely to carry a gun if they suspect also be armed.
What?
Yep, that's an argument for the con.
The logic.
Felons report that they carry firearms. Felons report firearms. There.
So I just
Your argument is
Victims from resisting. Survey of incarcerated felons by the Consortium, Political and Social Research. 75% of this felons reported committing a crime was because that the victim would be armed.
off. They just pull a bunch of felons in guns. You know, like are felons actually going to tell you that they're
So,
you committed a crime.
just robbed that bank. Why
they might have
because there. Anyway.
guns.
Carrying a concealed handgun could help stop a public shooting spree. Actually been proven. Now I'm
church?
now I'm watching the audio cut in and out. To go.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got like that they're all trying to watch
Fucking
it.
pissing me off. Anyway,
Regard at the church that as soon as the guy pulled his gun, lay waste to the church, he a couple seconds and he.
yeah. Oh God, public safety should be left by police officers who are trying to defend citizens with little or no effort training.
Hence the training classes to own. But yeah, the people to protect you. You can't protect yourself. Okay, good.
He said security guard, he had to have monthly training. He was fit to use his gun.
too.
You know, I was, and there was a Navy SEAL in there, and he made a good point about like the cop things. He said, SEALs have to go through months and months of training. They'll
5,
be
10
out,
years
you know,
tops.
right?
Yeah.
And month and like different, like every month training, and then before they are, overseas, they have to do more. That whole thing about the cops, get like a couple of their lives.
Yeah. Well, and I know for a fact, I can't remember if it's monthly or quarterly vacations on firearms and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know that.
Kiwi won't.
Well, we are at the hour mark, and I'm hearing reports who's giving those reports. So if you can let us know that
wants to be on camera. Because
Jasmine said, "You're a natural. Thank you." My cheerleader in the back, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, we are at the hour mark, so I'm going to go ahead and off video, which should have all of the see that, but Sebastian, I
Yes,
appreciate
indeed.
it. Had to have you here before you leave.
Yeah.
Which you're leaving in what, like a month?
I will be off to either Myrtle Beach or South Carolina.
Don't know which yet.
They're gonna let me know here in the next couple weeks. They want actually coming. And, they don't want to tell me Myrtle Beach and
Yeah.
yeah.
you mean to tell me they want to make
Yeah.
flake?
Yeah,
In a
more or
world-
less.
Oh, novel.
So yeah, and I mean, we can still have you on. You
Right.
just that. And I can show you all about that here in a little.
and guest star PV. Because
I do want to thank birds.
no, I don't think so because I'm being attacked by a dog.
Don't drink and drive.
Don't drink. Don't
And
shoot
drive.
your foot. Don't fucking. We talked about
Ownership.
something else.
Uh,
Get high.
Don't high and drive though. It can be and paranoid
Listen to
and
what Snoop Dogg says.
If you
Right.
yo man,
Praise Jesus.
what's the jizzle? Anyway, Taboo 106.9 The Arrow and Alex, Sebastian, and you guys for joining us today. Have a good time.